Hello and welcome to another episode of K&K Play D&D. This is the second K, Karn. The first K, Keith, is off at his new job. This is episode 9 of the Slave Ring arc, and you know that it is the final one. Next week we start a new arc. Today's episode is brought to you by making a deal with a god. Let's get those dice rolling!
Previously on K&K Play D&D.
Frankie had an encounter with Taff and Teth, the builders associated with life and death. Did it go well?
Not really.
No, it went pretty badly, as a matter of fact. Yeah. And then Rose showed up, and he got really angry. Runt got mad too. He got all up in Rose's face. And now Ro is attempting to strike a deal.
So Ro sits down.
You haven't asked the rest of us.
My apologies. Looks at each one in turn. May I stay?
Well, I mean, I'm inclined to let him stay if he's actually going to answer our questions for us. It would be the first time anybody's given us a straight answer about this.
I am also inclined to listen to what he has to say. Any education is a good education.
As long as he doesn't lie. We have no way of discerning if he's telling the truth. The builders have given us no reason to trust them. They have invaded our dreams. They have stolen us from our home. They have thrown us into a world that is hardly at peace with itself. Put us in danger. You would forgive me for being reticent.
Yes. Yes, I do forgive you for that, and it is wholly understandable.
I wasn't asking your forgiveness. I was asking for my party's.
Well then, forgive me for thinking it was about me.
Most of the builders seem to think that it's about them. Frankie, I think it's up to you. You are the one who has had the most encounters with them. I appreciate that, Anna. It is true that it was arrogant of me to say that all deals must be passed through me. Of course, some of the builders must have been just waiting for the opportunity to have their revenge. Taff and Teth seem like the sort.
Yes.
Invasive and invalidating, and thoroughly unconcerned with our personal autonomy.
They...
are not much different from you, if we're honest.
No, they're not. The three of us, doesn't matter if people of Patchwork worship us. Because of our aspects, we will continue. But Taff and Teth have very little regard for mortals.
So I gathered.
I enjoy mortals.
Yes, we noticed.
But I'm not infallible.
No, you're not. The whole thing at the Village of the End is ridiculous. The whole 7-pointed stars thing, the fact that they can be removed from the monolith, first of all, stupid. Secondly, the fact that nobody in the village can help themselves, also not entirely your best work. It's illogical and it's fallible. But go on.
I am doing my best to channel Silo, who cherishes free will.
Why haven't we met them? Sounds refreshing.
Rose's composure falls briefly. Silo is missing.
So, when Jot was talking about the balance of Patchwork being upset, and that we had to go to Keep Rock, was about this?
Yes. Jot wanted you all to go to Keep Rock so she could tell you.
It doesn't matter to us if Silo's missing. Give us a reason we should care.
Do you know who Silo is?
One of the builders.
Silo is missing because there is a being here wanting to take Patchwork away from us.
Sounds like you had it coming, if I'm honest.
We gathered you 5 here to help us to champion for Patchwork. Because this creature can remove us and take our place and plunge this world into darkness.
There are worse things than darkness.
The abyss.
That's worse than darkness.
This is terrible, but there are people here with similar skills to our own.
Those who are here can be more easily swayed by the creature, by this being.
So this is another case of setting up a monolith and letting your stars being taken. Another case of needing mortals to come in from the outside to do your dirty work for you.
Yes.
You admit it so readily, it almost makes me respect you. Here's the deal, Ro. Our world is about to be plunged into darkness as well. The war has been going on for years.
Yes.
The Horde versus the Alliance is bloody, and neither side is making much progress. You always know some things are on the horizon, and you keep sending the young people to war. There's a whole generation of kids who are parentless now. So tell me why these 5 who couldn't even save their own world are being dragged into a different one to attempt to save that.
She's back to normal.
That's my girl. This is why she's in charge of the deal making.
I can see. I can also see why Samek chose her.
Don't be intimidated, though. She is just a mortal.
Yes. And I've lived for millennia.
So there's really no reason that you should feel so, ashamed in her presence, except for the fact that, you did something bad.
Thank you, Runt.
Who did you bring here?
You.
Oh, okay. Why?
Because I chose you for Silo.
So you're a stand-in, and I'm a proxy. This is great. A wonderful start. Keep going.
I chose you nowheres because you are a man of war and peace. You do things for others. You stand in for others. You champion for others.
It makes me uncomfortable when you put it like that. But thank you.
You take on things for others so they won't have to.
Yeah, you do. Don't you start.
You are exactly the sort of man Silo would want.
Well, I appreciate that, I guess. So, Frankie's right, though. We failed. The war's still going on, apparently. I will take her word for it. And we left family behind, and
We will return you to when you left.
he's awfully optimistic that we're gonna make it. I think it's more like we have to make it. If we don't make this, we don't go home, because the gods would be dead, or whatever.
We will be severed from Patchwork.
So we had better carry out whatever it is that you have planned for us, because if we don't, we have no way of getting home.
In essence, yes.
So it's not really a choice. No, they were banking on the fact that it wasn't a choice. I've been telling you that all along.
If Silo had really chosen you nowheres, they would have showed up to you there, as painful as it would have been, and they would have asked you point blank, would you come to Patchwork and help save this world?
If you're his proxy, why don't you come?
Because I'm Ro. I'm not Choice.
No, you're just change. Feels like it's on the same continuum. You know we came here because we were going against Jot's request.
Yes, I do.
And you know that the only reason that we got the stuff done at the Village of the End was so that we could come back here.
Yes.
This is a very different impression of yourself than when we first met you in the corridor.
Yes, it is.
Why haven't you been like this from the start?
Because I realized I was wrong. I realized my actions and the actions of the other builders were pushing you away.
Away from what?
Away from helping us.
Listen, it's terrible that one of your colleagues is missing, but we're under no obligation to help you, regardless of the circumstances. Like, we could choose to die here.
Yes, you can choose to die here. You can choose not to help us and watch as fiends take over Patchwork.
As we have already seen, yes. What do you want of us? What is the task?
Eventually, what we need you to do is kill Alizonsko or remove his power.
Wait, I know that name. Why do I know that name? That's the name of the dragon.
I'm sorry, I could have sworn you said that that was the name of the dragon.
You want us to kill a dragon?
Yes.
Like a full-grown one? Like a big one?
Yes.
But we're not ready to kill a dragon.
No. Unfortunately not.
And if we don't take the job?
And then one by one, the builders will disappear and be severed. The dragon will gain control of Patchwork, take our place, and give Patchwork over to its alliances that it's made from the abyss.
Surely you have avatars that know about this.
Some of us have avatars, yes.
Have you told any of them?
Yes, my oldest avatar knows about this and is working against it in his region. But avatars are mortal. Many of the avatars are already tasked with doing things. Sabina is reworking the stars in the end.
Good. They need it.
Samek's avatar is keeping an eye on agents of the dragon.
It sounds like excuses, but I see your point. Sometimes it is easier to gain more resources to solve a problem than to reallocate existing ones.
Frankie,
Ro,
let us make a deal. I have 3 requests.
let's hear them.
I need you to go to Keep Rock. Speak with Jot, especially Runt. You need to speak with her in person.
Well, we've already been speaking.
Dreams are one thing, in person is another. She cannot leave Keep Rock physically.
We went to all this trouble to avoid going to Keep Rock, though.
Yes, that is before I've noticed my mistakes. And so I'm asking you.
We'll take it into consideration. Go on.
Thank you. The second one, find Caloria. He is one of me's avatars.
We saw a temple to Caloria early on, right when we arrived.
Yes, he is known as an avatar for her.
Oh, and where is he?
He's in the Middle Lands. I need you to find him, protect him, and take him to the kingdom of Tromdia.
Why? It's easier to protect something if we know the purpose.
The agents of the dragon will be targeting him.
Are there not warriors that you could recruit here in Patchwork?
I can, but you 5 will be more efficient.
Flattery won't get you anywhere, but go on.
And lastly, find Silo's temple. They have one temple and they have kept it hidden from the other builders.
I can see why.
Though I do know it is on the Isle of Kesmorton.
Because Morton.
Yes.
Can't you just take us to Keep Rock like you took us to the Village of the End?
I could do that, but Frankie and I need to broker the deal first.
If you'll excuse us for a second. Beckons Ro over.
And he comes, he picks up his hat, shakes it out and puts it back on his head.
Level with me.
All right.
What's in it for me?
What do you want?
A bag of holding.
A bag of holding.
For me.
There aren't many of them in Patchwork, but... All right.
What's in it for Runt?
I can get him an amulet that will help him with some of his skills.
Do you want that, buddy?
Whatever's fine with me.
Okay. What's in it for Tower? Keeping in mind that this man is a father, and you stole him away from his son at a very important stage of development, and you're putting him in danger. He's almost died once. What's in it for Tower?
What do you suggest?
Is his son safe right now?
Closes his eyes, fades momentarily. Exhales and returns. Yes.
And will he be safe?
This may not mean much to you, but I'll speak it so everyone can hear it. Tara, your son is with Last Breath and Glory.
Well, that could be either a really good thing or a really bad thing, buddy.
Which do you think is more likely?
I mean, it depends on how close to the front lines they are.
They're not.
Then it's probably fine.
Fades again. He's using a bow made by Last Breath.
Is there a way for Tara to see him?
Not right now. Possibly in Keep Rock.
Okay. Nowheres doesn't really care about what's in it for him.
What would you like, Mr. Nowheres? You have Frostbrand. It's a mighty fine gift.
Do you have any never-ending bowls or, like, steins? Or, like, ale mugs?
Tara? Really?
I mean, the man likes to eat.
You haven't shared it with them yet, Tara?
I'm sorry, what?
The water horn from Iana.
You got a water horn from Iana, you sly dog.
I mean, she's dead, so not really.
Pull it out.
Okay.
Unstopper it. And start pouring.
I mean, we're in the jungle. Getting clean water is kind of...
Count to 30 while you're pouring it out.
I mean, Tara doesn't really want to go against a god, so he goes ahead and tries.
And for those 30 counts, the water continues to flow without slowing.
Right, so I guess we don't really need another of those. Never mind. Huh. How did you know about that, by the way?
Smells of silo.
Does it?
Yeah.
I'll explain later.
So what would you like instead, honey? Right, no, that was my best idea. I guess,
Would you mind if I came up with a gift for you?
no. Nowheres, that's not how a deal works. I mean, I can't think of anything. That's true, you are still wearing that shirt. I mean, it was a gift. I'm not gonna, like, turn it down. You spent your gold on me. I'm not gonna turn it down if you're wasting your money.
I will have something appropriate for you.
Okay, and, Anna, I think she could use a prayer book from her own god.
Oh. That would be tricky. I can try.
See, the thing is, I don't think she remembers who her god is, who she took her oath to.
Yes.
And a paladin isn't at full power if they don't even know who they're praying to. Although I suppose some get a kick out of that whole prayers to an unknown god thing. But she might as well know. The question is, do those prayers even work here?
They will.
You are some strange deities. But here's the deal. That's a pretty high ask.
Would you like something for her in the meantime? Something smaller.
What would you offer?
I can offer some knowledge of her past. Some bread from me.
She doesn't need knowledge of her past.
Anna, what would you want?
Where we are from, there are sometimes trinkets, talismans, those sorts of things. I sometimes see drow wear them. The intent is that the wearer will always be able to tell, especially if they're earrings, if they're being lied to. Anna doesn't like being lied to.
She doesn't.
So if she finds, for instance, that you have been lying to her. I'm not threatening.
Oh, no.
Like, that's not my intent. I'm just... just observing.
Of course. And what would you want?
Nowheres got upset when he saw something recently.
Okay.
There's a body part. A horn. A tiefling horn. It belongs to somebody who Nowheres loves.
Okay.
I want that horn.
You want the horn.
I can tell you where it is, if that helps.
No, I know the horn you're talking about. That is on Jolga.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, you want us to be your errand boys running all around your countryside, defeating your dragon, finding your avatars, protecting your people. You better not say that I have to retrieve the horn myself. I think we have an agreement. We will allow you to transport us to Keep Rock.
Okay.
We will somehow locate Caloria. And we will find Salo's temple. Probably with Caloria in tow, depending on how it all goes. You said we had to take Caloria somewhere.
To the kingdom of Trombia.
You know what you should have asked for? A map.
You had your chance nowheres.
I'm not in charge of leading this party.
No, you're just in charge of protecting it.
See? Someone understands my role. Fine, then can you give Anna a map in the meantime? Fine, then can you give Anna a map in the meantime?
Yep. It'll be cold to the touch.
I think she can handle it.
Rubs his hands together. Then spreads them, and there is a sheen of ice between them, parchment thin. Shakes his hands, and frost kind of flurs up in the air.
Lures.
Yeah, flurs. Shakes his hand, and frost erupts into the air like flour from a baker as he's working dough. And he hands it over to Anna, or Anna's not right there, is she? He hands it to Frankie, and there's the map.
That is a very strange sensation. There aren't any cities marked on this. That's useless.
He taps it, and the map changes.
Ah, okay.
Note to Karin, I will redo the map, so you'll have everything on it.
Thanks, love. Then
Yeah.
we can post it. All right. Well, thank you. We'll go to Keep Rock now.
Are you all ready to travel?
We're fine, yeah.
Well, gather your effects. This is my map of Keep Rock.
It's
I haven't finished it.
It's so pretty.
Okay. It would be strange to come out of a wintry portal inside the city. I will drop you off just outside of Keep Rock on the other side of the mountain, or on the other side of the hill.
If you think that's a necessary precaution, that's fine.
It isn't every day travelers appear by a winter gate.
Jot's gonna be really happy.
She will be, yes.
Was she mad when we didn't go the first time?
She was sad,
That makes me sad.
but she will be happy to see you in person, Runt.
Well, good.
Grab your horses, grab your dog. Woof. Good, Kyle. And around them, the wind swirls and snow goes everywhere, and they're in a long winter tunnel. Just continue on, and you will get there.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for the agreement.
Oh, don't thank me yet.
And row fades away with the sound of the ocean breeze and the smell of distant seas.
No worries. I hope you know that you're paying for the inn. Well, that's fine. No big deal.
I can pay for it.
No, no worries paying for it. It's fine.
There's a big hill just south of you, and you can hear a city really close by.
That seems promising.
You ride for half an hour, and you come to a road, a well-traveled road, just like all the other roads you have seen, real roads. And heading south for an hour, you come to Keep Rock. Keep Rock is much bigger than Dezka. You can tell how it got its name. Just to the north of the city, there is a fair-sized keep on a rocky outcrop. It sits above the city and above the walls.
Interesting.
There is, not far south from there, is another rock outcrop sticking up from the city. Parts of it has been carved to resemble a temple. The walls are tall and thick, but there are gates open on each one. And life in the city. Going in, you ask one of the guards where a good inn is.
That also can stable some animals.
Yep. And, they don't bat an eye at your misfit ragtag group. They welcome you to Keep Rock, and one of them gives you directions to where an inn is. The Dancing Goliath. And it has a painted sign in front of it of a rather large man dancing among some small buildings. It is a basic inn, but it's a nicer inn too.
Can Kyle come in with us?
Yes, Kyle can go inside with you. He's a service animal, by the way.
He is. Yep.
Well, it is just about noon. And so there is a noontime rush, midday meal rush going on. It is hopping. The servers, both adolescent boys and young women, are carrying trays heaping with food and goblets full of wine and beer and cider to the tables. There is a skinny man behind the bar serving people, and he sees you all. He raises his hand and beckons you over to him. You folks looking for a room or just a meal?
Both. Actually, yeah.
How long are you staying?
Let's call it 3 days.
3 days? All right.
2 rooms would be great, but 1 room is fine.
2 rooms, 3 days. How many meals?
All of the meals.
Okay. Right, we'll do the meals separate. So, okay, 3 nights, 2 rooms. That's 12 gold per night.
All right.
Oh, total.
There you
Meals will be separate.
Yep, here.
Oh, all right. Thank you. Reaches on the counter, pulls out this trunk, opens it.
Did he seem surprised by just how
Yeah,
nonchalantly he was just like, yeah, no, 6 gold, that's fine.
He's quite surprised by that. Okay. Pulls out 2 keys. You're on the 3rd floor. Rooms are next to each other. It'll be 305 and 306. Be down the hall on the 3rd floor.
Awesome. Yeah, are the baths communal, or can we order baths to the room? Or
You can order baths to the room. That's an extra gold per night or per bath.
Can we pay those on demand?
On demand. Wait, you got animals?
We have a service dog.
Horses or anything?
Oh yeah, we already stabled them.
Okay. There'll be another gold per night.
Oh well, that's fine. Here you go.
Thanks. Okay, this guy's got money. Okay, I'll treat them well. All right. Yeah, since you're staying on the third floor, you can either choose to be in the common room here for your meals, but we also have a separate dining area in the back if you choose that.
I think we'll discuss it.
Okay, just to let you know, to rent it, it is another gold to rent the dining room in the back. But since you're
How
on
much
the
warning do we need to give you for that?
2 hours before meal, or before you want to use it,
All right, thank you.
yeah.
Let's get our stuff upstairs, though.
Okay. Do you want to use it for midday?
Or would you like to talk while we eat, or?
I actually prefer for it to be in private.
Oh, I guess we'll just eat down here for now. But we'll take our stuff upstairs first.
All right. Yeah, I'll get a table clear for y'all.
So they go and drop their gear.
Mm-hmm.
Come on back down.
All right.
Eat their nom 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 nom
Yeah.
nom.
Nom nom noms.
And then back upstairs.
Back upstairs.
So they all go into one of the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have a few things to tell you. You don't have to do it right away, Frankie. You can tell us whenever you feel comfortable with it. Like, you don't have to force yourself.
No, it's fine. It's.
So, I've been getting lots of dreams since we arrived. And most of you have been getting dreams from back home.
Well, I mean, they're just dreams. It's just the subconscious. It's fine.
No worries. You are getting memories back. That's how it works. People and places and things that you've done, and that's all coming back to you in your dreams. Whereas my dreams have mostly been interactions with the builders. I've met Sai and Taff and Teth now. Great. And Jot and me, and that's all been in the dreams until today. There is a reason that I didn't get the same kinds of dreams. And that's because I didn't forget as much as the rest of you.
What are you
What do
talking
you
about?
mean? Frankie, that's ludicrous. Well, I wasn't sure if it was memories. I had inklings, I had suppositions, I had assumptions. But some of them were very hard to accept because it would mean that our relationships would change. Because I think I remember more than most of you. Some of it's good stuff. I remember the time that Runt saved Nowhere's life. And I remember the first time I met Tara. Better for me than for him, I imagine. I remember I broke into your room.
You what?
I broke into your room. Yeah, you were still in the Paladin barracks at the time. And I remember getting the assignment to kill Nowheres.
Wait. Assignment to.
Yeah, you were a mark. I was supposed to take you out because the tieflings had become too powerful within the Alliance. It was getting awfully hard to beat you guys. And I remember welshing on the job. It wasn't the first time that I had broken guild rules. But you all protected me very well. But it's because I remember all those things
that I didn't want to be reminded. I didn't want to be reminded that I was supposed to kill Lowers, and I didn't want to be reminded that Tara hated me. And I didn't want to be reminded of how badly I treated Runt. And remembering Anna meant remembering our family.
Your family?
What do you mean, your
Oh,
family?
you're related. That's really sweet. That's wonderful. How are you related? Are you her sister? Like a half sister?
No, if anything, I'm closer to being her aunt. We're cousins. She is my mother's brother's daughter. My mother was human, in case that wasn't clear. But why would you want to hide that? Well, it wasn't that I wanted to hide it exactly, it's just it would have been difficult to be the only one to know. Just like I woke up terrified every morning that Nowheres was going to remember the time I almost completed the job.
Frankie, you know I wouldn't have put any purchase on that. I mean, you know that I don't care about the dreams.
And I also know that eventually you're going to remember that you do care about dreams. A lot. And you do care about magic. A lot.
I do not. I use it because it's useful, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Eventually you're going to remember why you became what you became. And I would already know that. And that was really terrifying. I wasn't really sure that I wanted to remember because I could already tell that I was ahead of you. And so I was relieved when you and Anna started. It seemed like you remembered. You know what? It's not important. All of that to say, like, don't get me wrong, what Taffanteth did was horrible and wrong. It was wrong. And I am shaken. My whole body feels trembly. And I'm gonna be okay, guys. I'm gonna be okay. So if I start acting weird, it might just be because we're remembering things differently or something like that. But it doesn't have to change things. I'm just scared. You don't all approve of my profession, so I don't want you to hate me.
Frankie, we can't hate you. Not now. It's too late. I mean, the man's got a good point. It is too late to hate you.
You might be the only blood I have. I don't know. I'm not going to hate you either. Thank you. You should probably go see if you can find the temple. I'm sorry? There's plenty of daylight hours left, but I need to rest.
Well, we're not leaving you here alone.
No, we're not.
Well, Anna always says we shouldn't split the party. I think that the occasion calls for it, Ren. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I just need to rest, that's all. So the three leave.
3.
Tara stays.
Ah.
Hey.
Yeah.
You okay? I know that it's been a weird day.
You've got this backwards. You shouldn't be the one asking me. Are you okay?
I'm all right. I'll be okay.
Good.
Yeah, so, you'll miss them If you don't hurry, they'll get there without you.
No, that's fine. I'm staying.
Why?
Well, I'm not leaving you here alone. Strange city, strange room, all those things. I'm not leaving you here alone.
That's sweet of you, but it's not necessary. What?
Something you said is bothering me.
Oh, you mean about, like, remembering things? I won't change, like, the way that I'm acting with you, you know. Just because I remember things doesn't mean, you know, that it's any help to us here in Patchwork, you know.
No, that's not what I was getting at. You said that I hated you.
Yeah.
I don't hate you, Frankie.
Well, you don't now. At least yet.
No, I mean, I won't hate you. I promise.
Thanks. I'm gonna go rest now.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just, I'll be here. I'll be here.
And there you have it. Another episode of K&K Play D&D is in the books.
That was episode 9 of the Slave Ring arc, and that was the final episode in this arc. It ended a little ominously with Tar saying,
I'll be here.
"Do you think he'll be there when she wakes up?"
Maybe.
I hope so. That was kind of a sweet moment.
I want a hug.
Yeah, I want a hug too. Where can people find us on social media?
At K&K Play D&D on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah. Hit like, hit share, let your friends know about us. We'd love for them to be part of our community as well. Who wrote the music?
Mama, who is sitting right next to me.
Yep, and any music that I did not write, we picked up from tabletopaudio.com. Please go check that out. And finally, this is Karin, the second K of K&K Play D&D, signing off.
I was here too. Thank you for listening and be well.